Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another episode of Magic Duels. So for today's episode, it's the final episode with the Thopter's deck, and for the first episode of the day we're playing the rank 19 Liza Schleicher, I think that is, something like that. Liza Schleicher. It's very, very German there. We'll drop a mountain and then also drop ourselves an Alchemist Vial, just so we can draw ourselves a card pretty much straight away. If we haven't found anything next turn, we do have the Artificer's Epiphany to draw us two more cards even. We've also found a Pia and Kieran Nalaar for turn 4, so it looks like at the moment we're going to be Artificer's Epiphany next turn, and we've got Carrier Thrall, so it looks like this is a Saktos deck of some description, I'd assume. Been tempted to update my Saktos deck for Battle for Zendikar, but haven't really haven't really got around to doing it yet. So okay, that's cool. So we found Fiery Impulse and we found Rune Servitor, which is quite nice. So we've got probably play Pia and Kieran Nalaar next turn, and then maybe Rune Servitor and Fiery Impulse the turn afterwards, depending on what he plays really. Like for example, if he plays something which like can sacrifice that, for example, I'd be tempted to burn it down before it can, like, you know, sacrifice things and start pumping itself up. So we took 2 damage there, which is not the end of the world, I'm going to be honest. We'll drop the Foundry of the Consoles. I think we'll just play out the Pia and Kieran Nalaar, which will just generate 2 Thopters, and we can actually start. Okay, so he's got a Twin Bolt up his sleeve, that's fine. Okay, so he's getting rid of Pia and Kieran. Interesting choice there. I don't actually mind that personally. I wasn't planning on sacrificing any of my artifacts anytime soon anyway, so kind of works out. I thought he was going to go for my 2 Thopters because I can start swinging over his head depending on what he plays. So he's just going to swing with the 2-1. We'll skip blocking here. We want both our Thopters to start dealing damage back to him, so he's played nothing again, so I'm assuming he's looking to, I don't know, steal something. We're not really drawing, we're only drawing mana at the moment, which is kind of disappointing, so let's play out Rune Servitor here, I think. And we'll hold open the Fiery Impulse in case he decides to do any other kind of shenanigans, so just swing with the 2 Thopters. Deal 2 points of damage to his face. And then move on from there. So I don't know whether or not to Fiery Impulse or Carrier Thrall. It really depends on if he plays anything else. We'll just wait and see. So is he just going to swing with that? He is just going to swing with that. I might just let that go through. I mean, we've got more damage on the board, so I don't really mind taking 2 damage from him, as we're about to catch him up anyway, and I've got the Fiery Impulse open in case I do need to burn it down at any point. So he's managed to get his 5th mana down, and he's played Ob Nixilis. Okay, so I don't know if we can fire. I don't think we can Fiery Impulse that at all, but we should be able to push through 4 damage against him, and we've also managed to find a second Pia and Kieran, which is very, very nice, or the second one. So we'll probably just swing, select Ob Nixilis, take him down to 2, sorry. So he's up to 6, we'll take him down to 2. And then I think we'll just play out Pia and Kieran, hold open a Fiery Impulse again, just in case. So I managed to get 4 Thopters on the board so far, which is quite a nice, quite a nice force. Just means next turn we can focus some of our Thopters on his health and some of his Thopters on his Ob Nixilis, which is pretty sweet. So he's going to +1 Ob Nixilis, which is going to draw a card and lose a life. So he goes up to 3. Yeah, I don't think I can focus this down because it doesn't count as a creature. No, it does not. Planeswalkers do not count as a creature. If I had, what's my 3 mana burn spell? I can never remember what it's called off the top of my head. As soon as it turns up, it's Exquisite Firecraft. That's the one. Okay, so he's going to burn down my Pia and Kieran. That's fine. I can accept that. So he's just going to get a Scion back, and I'm going to lose my second Pia and Kieran. But again, it doesn't really bother me too much. It's I wasn't planning on burning any of these artifacts anytime soon anyway, so if he wants to waste spells on my 2 Pia and Kierans, then that's perfectly fine by me. So he's also going to play a Blazing Hellhound, so I can't quite kill that one with the Fiery Impulse, which is rather annoying. If I had one more spell in my... Oh, here we go, we found it. So we can, this turn, what can we do here? So we can fire Twin Bolt, for example, the Eldrazi Scion and Obnixilis. We could then Fiery Impulse the Blazing Hellhound. Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go. So we're just going to Twin Bolt you and you. Let it resolve, because I've made this mistake playing off camera where I didn't let my Twin Bolt resolve. Then we're just going to play out Fiery Impulse and burn you down. If I were him, I would have actually sacrificed that Scion before I burnt it down, because I think it was just 1 mana. Yeah, sacrifice another creature. Yeah, I would have sacrificed that Scion while he still had the chance, and actually... so you and you are going to attack Obnixilis, and then the rest of you are just going to attack his face. So we're going to kill Obnixilis and push through 4 damage to my opponent's face. So yeah, I would have actually used the Blazing Hellhound to actually pinged off one of my Thopters there, but you know, that's just me. Maybe he wasn't paying attention, who knows. But we've got a lovely board here. He's got nothing now. We've managed to burn all of his creatures, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, having that like spell come up off the top. Oh, here we go. We've got Languish, so that's kind of sad. I was expecting something like that. I was wondering if he had a sweeper up his sleeve. Okay, so we found Chief of the Foundry, which is okay. And he's played a Thopter Engineer. Okay, that's exactly what we want, which would be nice. So we can swing with the Thopter above my head this turn. So yeah, we've got Chief of the Foundry to come down, but it doesn't really do too much for us on its own. We need like something like, I don't know, Whirler Rogue or something like that to go along with it. Okay, we've got double Chief of the Foundry, so maybe just play that this turn. Seems a bit greedy, but I do need to kind of develop the board if possible. So we've got 2/3/4s on the battlefield now. So he's very, very unlikely to swing with Thopter. This is where I've made a horrible mistake. Played both of these, and he's got... also, I'm looking for a steel spell. Okay, so he's got Guiltleaf Winnower, so one of these is going to die. This was sort of one of them, I suppose. Yeah, that Languish was pretty brutal, considering we've not really drawn into too many of our decent... Oh, okay, so he's got a second one, so I'm guessing goodbye Thopter Engineer. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Could do with a burn spell for this, really. So he's just got 1 Thopter on the board. Esperzoa could work, I suppose, because that way we could keep bouncing back Alchemist Vial and drawing cards. So we're going to get... Fiery Impulse works, because I can just burn down you. And then we've also got Foundry of the Consoles, which I had completely forgotten about. So you will be being popped this turn. Just as this Thopter probably goes to swing, so if he commits to combat, so we're just going to pop Foundry of the Consoles here. Gives us 2 Thopters. So we could double block his Thopters or save them for ourselves, and he's also managed to drop a Smothering Abomination. So he's completely played out now. And he's decided not to swing. Okay, that's okay for us, I suppose. We do have Exquisite Firecraft, which I think we're just going to use on the Smothering Abomination. So we'll do that right now. Let's get rid of you. We'll save this open to make him think we've got maybe some kind of other spell. We'll just skip attack. So this is a good match. You know, we've got Sakdos versus Thopters. And at the moment, neither of us have really managed to pull ahead. We've both managed to find answers for each other's so we're going to let that go through. Okay, Alchemist Vial, I'm not really too bothered by one health there, so that's nothing. So I don't know what he's played. Oh, come on! Bloody land! That's the worst time to actually find a mana, I'm going to be honest. Like, I could have done with anything. Whirler Rogue, all sorts of jazz like that would have been fine. Esperzoa. Yeah, I could really do with an Esperzoa right now, I think, would be quite nice. We'll just let that 1 damage go through again. See what he plays, and it's a Perilous Mere, okay. Could do with one of our own Perilous Meres, maybe. Esperzoa, hello! Where have you been all my life? That's what I was looking for. So now we can, like I said, now what we can do is we can basically bounce back Alchemist Vial every turn and actually kind of like keep replaying it for more card draw, which is pretty sweet. Don't know why I'm keeping these mana. It's just to make him think like I've got something useful, which I don't. They're just 2 mana, which I'm just refusing to play at the moment. So is he going to swing this turn? He's going to swing with the 1/1. So I'm tempted to just block with one of my Thopters here. Because he can point 2 damage at my face. But he can't. Okay, so he's going to kill my second Thopter. Interesting choice there. So we're going to be bouncing back Alchemist Vial for obvious reasons. Ooh, very nice. We managed to find Reclusive Artificer. So let's replay Alchemist Vial, because I'd like to play this after maybe getting one more artifact down, just so we could then kill the Thopter Engineer. And we actually find our own Thopter Engineer, which is sweet. So we shall play you out. So we've got Reclusive Artificer for next turn, which is awesome. So then, do we swing with Esperzoa? I think we do, just because he can't kill it unless he's got a burn spell. But we're going to try it. We've got to try and push through some damage. So, so if you heard me clunking stuff, just put my phone down. Just got like Twitch alerts that some of the streamers that I watch are going online. Okay, so we managed to push through the 4 damage there, and we'll play out. If I realised if we'd been playing out that mana, I could have potentially destroyed that Thopter Engineer a couple of turns ago. This turn, sorry. But obviously, I've been refusing to play out this mana. So what's he got then? Is he going to swing? I could kill one of his Thopters with my own Thopter. I can obviously stop that one blocking. So he's going to swing with both Thopters. Let's kill one of his. We've got the better flying artifact on the battlefield anyway. So, and I'm pushing through 4 damage a turn to his 1 now. Just going to bounce you back. That's going to allow us to play out Alchemist Vial, Perilous Mirror, and Reclusive Artificer. Excellent. Ooh, we've managed to find a Chief of the Foundry, although I think this is probably best safe for next turn, so we're going to deploy you, deploy the Reclusive Artificer. So we've got 3 artifacts on the battlefield, as the Esperzoa is an artifact, which allows us to kill the Thopter Engineer. Excellent. And then we're just going to swing for some huge damage. 4, 5, 6... Oh, we've actually got lethal. I did not realise that. Excellent! Phew, we won. I'll see you in a sec for game number 2. Okay, here we are for game number 2. And we're playing the rank 22 Stryogi or something like that. So we do not want to keep that hand. Although this hand I think we could probably just about get away with if we find a third mana. We've got Pilgrim's Eye, we've got Thopter Engineer, Rune Servitor, all that fun stuff. So yeah, I think this hand was okay. We should be able to get away with this one, I think. So if we draw a mana this turn, we should be more than okay. So he's played an Isolated Chapel for turn number 1. Come on. There we go, Sulphur Falls. So we're going to play you. May as well play you out now, as we don't have the basic land to do so at the moment. And then we'll probably play out Izzet Guildgate next turn with the Rune Servitor. Then probably Thopter Engineer the turn after that. Okay, so it looks like we're playing Black-White Life Gain by the looks of things. So we want to kill this guy as fast as possible. So we'll probably be looking at Reclusive Artificer in a couple of turns' time. Excellent, we've actually managed to find an island, which is nice. So we're going to play out Rune Servitor now. He can't swing with this one, which is probably the main thing. So we could do with one more artifact down and then playing Reclusive Artificer, really. So probably want to play out Thopter Engineer, then Reclusive Artificer the turn afterwards. Okay, no, he's playing just red, white, black allies. I thought it was going to be like Black, White, Life Gain, but apparently it's allies, which is interesting. So his creatures now have Menace. So I probably want to kill this one rather than the Life Gain creature at the moment. So we can't obviously block that as it has Menace. So if we have one more creature down, we'd be able to block it, but no can do at the moment. So we're just going to play the 4th mana out, and we'll also play out Thopter Engineer. Gives us a flyer to start swinging over his head, which is something that this deck won't have, which is flying creatures. So we know we've got at least that going for us. So we know we can kill the Fire Mantle Mage with the Reclusive Artificer. So we know we can basically prevent him getting Menace from now on. We have some card draw as well for the next turn maybe. be able to draw 2 cards with that. What we got here, Chasm Guide, who's going to be able to swing straight away with all of this. This one's been kind of brutal, the Clastria healer. Guess he's going to swing with everything here. Yep. So we've got to prioritise. Which one do we want to kill? Do we kill the Clastria healer? Which I think we probably will do, as we've got the ability to nuke the Fire Mantle Mage next turn. And it just means that we won't lose either of these. Okay, so we'll drop the island. I think we'll drop the Reclusive Artificer. And so, like we said, we'll probably nuke the 2/2. The Menace creature. So I'm probably going to hold back the Rune Servitor to destroy that one. So I think we'll swing with everything else. So I highly doubt this kind of deck's got any burn in it, so I don't have to worry about him burning down my Rune Servitor. So I'm hoping that he doesn't have the one that gives it indestructible this turn. Apart from that, I can kill it. So no, he's played Non-Do Champion. Okay, so that's pretty devastating for me. Maybe should have held back something else as well, but nothing I can do about that now. And he's also played a Cliffside Lookout. I think I'm just gonna take too much damage too quickly here, unfortunately. Just the land that I got at the beginning didn't really lend it to itself. So I'm probably gonna kill the 3/2. So we have to take 5 damage here. So we draw a card, but as does he. So I can stop that one from swinging this turn. We have Thopter Spy Network, which is okay. So I'm probably going to play out Alchemist Vial, which is going to stop the 4/3 from swinging. Swinging? And then, so we also need to hold open 1 more mana. So we can either play the Pilgrim's Eye, or we can play the Thopter Engineer this turn. So let's play out Thopter Engineer. Just to give us an extra Thopter to swing with this turn. So we shall swing with you and you, maybe, and then hold open my other creatures, just in case we need to block the 1/1, for example. So we're going to stop you from swinging this turn. Well, we could even kill it, I suppose, with a Reclusive Artificer and a Thopter Engineer. But I might just delay it from attacking this turn, I think, with the Alchemist Vial. Depends what he plays now, though. So he's played a Dragon Skull Summit. What's he going to play? Reeve Soul. So he's going to Reeve Soul my Reclusive Artificer. So we are just going to pop you, stop you from swinging. Don't know why I'm coming out like swinging. It's really weird. Apparently it's just the way I've decided to say things tonight. So that one's been prevented from swinging this turn, so he can now do nothing. Okay, awesome. Oh, that's exactly what I want to see in this situation. Is a Perilous Mirror to kill the 4/3. And that will allow us then to just play out a Thopter Spy Network. So hopefully we can stabilise from this. So yeah, this basically kills the Ondu Champion just on its own. And Thopter Spy Network will draw us a card. Oh, Chief of the Foundry. Hello. Lantern Scout. Okay, so that's going to give all of his creatures lifelink. Kind of frustrating, but we will get trampled this turn. So I will be losing 1. Is he going to swing? He is going to swing. So he knows he's going to die, though, surely. So he's going to push through 1 damage. Why did he push through 2? Oh, of course it would. Yeah, my bad. It would push through 2 damage. Not thinking straight here, guys. So it actually pushed through 3 damage, didn't it? What am I on about? Okay, yes. Reclusive Artificer is pretty clutch here. So we're going to drop you, nuke the 3/2 Lantern Scout. Like so. Go to hell. And then I think we're just going to swing with my 3 Thopters in the air. We can still do this, guys. We're still good. We've still got Chief of the Foundry. The only thing keeping us in this is the 2 Reclusive Artificers that we've drawn in this match, I think. And we also get to draw another card, which is a mana. Okay, so do we do Chief of the Foundry or Artificer? I think we're just going to do the Artificer's Epiphany on his end step. So unless he's got like a Twin Bolt, we're okay. Because even if he pumps this one up, it would get killed by everything else. Okay, he's played Ob Nixilis, interesting. So he can destroy target creature, which I'm guessing is going to be... So he's going to play Artificer's Epiphany at this point. Going to draw us 2 cards, which is excellent. A Twin Bolt and another Thopter Engineer. So he decided to draw a card and lose a life. And he has found a Clastria Healer, so we're going to get rid of you with the Twin Bolt. So we get down to 1 health here. Wow, that's kind of terrifying. So we just have to Twin Bolt you. And then hope that we're okay. So we're going to Twin Bolt you. Straight off the bat. Then we're going to Chief of the Foundry. So can we push through lethal here? Let me count this up. So we've got, and he's been replaced by the AI. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 damage. Not quite enough this turn. So we're just going to swing with... Okay, yeah, we probably want to take out Ob Nixilis here. Or do we not bother with Ob Nixilis and just like kind of go straight for the jugular? No, I think at this point, even if he destroys one of my creatures, I'm not too bothered. I'll keep my ground creatures like around. So we'll push through 8 damage. So unless he's found another Clastria Healer on his unless it's like the top deck of all top decks, we should be okay. We've kept enough creatures open to prevent him kind of swinging for lethal. So the AI has done nothing. So he's going to destroy my Chief of the Foundry. Thought he might. And he's playing McKinley Patrol. Okay, that's something we can deal with. So we're probably just going to play Espezoa here, and then that should be lethal. Okay, excellent. We won. Phew, on 1 health, but we've done it, guys. We actually managed to find another Chief of the Foundry as well. So you know what? Let's just play out that instead. Or we can play out both, just for funsies. Why not? Phew. So I don't know how we got away with this one, because I honestly thought we were a little bit screwed at one point, but somehow we managed to stay in it. We'll just swing with all our flying creatures just for funsies again. Whew, got away with that one somehow. Don't know how, but we did it. I think playing the Thopter Spy Network when we did was definitely pretty clutch. So yeah, we're going to go up to rank 20. Back up to rank 20. We've almost completed that quest. Almost completed that quest. And that is the end of the episode for now. So as always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you've enjoyed the episode. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.